The Eagles secondary is one of the best in the league, and it could be about to get better. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Kick Big by here. So the Eagles are preparing for life after A.J. Brown. And one of the ways they're preparing for it is by drafting Makai Lemon, who was at his rookie premiere and got to show up and put on his number 9 jersey. And the one thing that stood out to me about it, he's bigger than people act like he is. When compared to other players who were drafted, he's not as small as you think, which is a good sign. And I bring him up only to bring up the wide receiver position, which could be about to go through a major change when and if A.J. Brown is traded. And one of the areas in which we may get a return is that secondary. Now you're saying, how could that possibly be? How could the Eagles get more in terms of the secondary through a trade with A.J. Brown? Well, it all goes back to my conspiracy theory on the Devontae Smith softball game. I have believed for all the years that they have been doing it that the Eagles use the Devontae Smith softball game as a front for the Eagles to bring in players to see how the other players, the Eagle players, react to those guys, and then go back and give the front office feedback. And one guy who was there, Christian Gonzalez. Now, I'm not saying the Eagles are going to get Christian Gonzalez, but I'm saying maybe they're doing their homework on it just in case. He has not been re-signed. His rookie contract, they picked up the option year, and he's got 2 years left. Could Howie Roseman do something as crazy as include Christian Gonzalez in a trade for A.J. Brown, getting him back to Philly, and just being okay with having him for at least 2 years to go along with Cooper DeJean or Quinyon Mitchell? It's something to keep in mind. Not likely, but never put it past Howie Roseman. The truth is, though, when you look at this secondary is, in my opinion, improved from last year dramatically. To go from Adoree Jackson to Riq Woolen is a huge upgrade. And with a healthy Andrew Mukuba going into his second year, the Eagles really are a no-fly zone because they have guys everywhere in that secondary. Now, the only place that you could possibly say, well, the Eagles, they don't have a player here that we can make an argument about is a safety. They did lose Reed Blankenship. They have they really replaced the safety? Some will say Epps is the guy that could go in and replace him, replace Reed Blankenship, but I don't think it's going to Epps. I think right now where it stands, I think the guy you got to watch out for, the guy to keep an eye on is Michael Carter. The Eagles traded for Michael Carter last year from the Jets. He's been primarily a nickel corner, and for a few years, he was one of the best nickel corners in the league. We have seen the Eagles in the past try to convert and like to convert nickel corners into safeties. And I would not be surprised to see Carter come in, play safety, and not only play safety, but flourish at that position. It's still a position where they could add. People are expecting maybe a trade, maybe something before camp. I don't think you're going to see that. I think what you're going to see is them come in with what they have, and then, depending upon how camp and training camp and preseason go, they'll then, at that point, bring in another safety. Think about when they brought in C.J. Gardner-Johnson the first time. It was at the end of preseason. So I think that'll happen. But regardless, the fact that you got Riq Woolen, okay, the fact that he is there, this is a huge upgrade in that secondary. You got Quinyon Mitchell going in his 3rd season. You have Cooper DeJean, 3rd season. You have Riq Woolen, who needed a change of scenery. I think that it's very likely you're going to get Riq Woolen to have a good year. He's playing for a contract, and I expect him to have a big year and then try to get a big contract on the open market. But I'm really expecting a lot from him. And if for some reason, if the Eagles did do what I'm talking about with Christian Gonzalez, just crazier things have happened. But if they do it, I don't know what you do at Woolen. Can Woolen play safety? He is 6'4". Maybe that wouldn't be a bad position. Maybe they're just okay having both guys and using him for depth. Who knows? But I never put anything past Howie Roseman. He's capable to pick up guys that you'll never expect. Just like Philly 500 is capable of coming up with some great prize pick stuff. Check this out. So Prize Picks is America's #1 sports picks app. It's the best place to win cash while you watch sports. The app is really easy to use. Just pick more or less a few players, lock in your lineup, and boom, you're ready to go. And the great thing about Prize Picks, it's available in almost all 50 states, including California, including Texas, including Florida. Now, today, we've got something special. Instead of going players, which we have been doing for a while here, we are going to do something different. We are going to go team. And we're going to look at the NFL because we've had such bad luck with the Flyers and the Sixers. We need a break. Let's get back to some football. And here is one of the things I want to play today. You've got the Dallas Cowboys. And can they make the playoffs? Will they make the playoffs? Yes, no. I'm going with the simple bet. I'm going no. I'm taking the Cowboys to not make the playoffs. You can make real money this way if you take them and you play that. But I got the Cowboys to not make the playoffs. We're going to put 100 on that, and we'll see how it goes. So if you haven't, go to the link in the description, download the app, and use promo code HMA. That's HMA. Download it. Your first $5 entries will get you $50 instantly in lineups. The link is in the description. That's $50 in lineups with just $5 entry. Link is in the description. Use promo code HMA and get into the action with Philly 500, and you'll love it. So shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video. And just like I was saying about the secondary, they are much improved. And one area that I think we got to talk about when we talk about the secondary is the addition of Jonathan Greenard. Because if you remember last year, Adoree Jackson struggled. When did he start to play better? He started playing better when the Eagles went and got Jalen Phillips. When they traded for Jalen Phillips, he got much better. And I think having Greenard will help this secondary. That defensive line is going to feast this year, and I expect it to be huge in terms of that secondary. But the secondary, as people like to pick apart the Eagles, one thing we're not hearing enough about, in my opinion, is how good this Eagles secondary is going to be this year. So keep that in mind the next time you hear, oh, what do the Eagles got there so good? They got one of the best secondaries in the National Football League, for sure. One other thing I want to talk about, and this is personal to me. This is true to my heart. When I first started here, there was no talk of Kelly Green. There was no talk of bringing it back. It was going to come back. And I started doing videos where I said twice a year I'm going to dedicate a video to bringing back Kelly Green. And I started going on this thing, and it took a few years, but eventually Kelly Green came back, and here we are. Now, I've got to continue to push it, because when I watch games and I look at the crowd, it's all Kelly Green. It is all Kelly Green. Everybody loves, for the most part, Kelly Green. And whether you think the Eagles should go Kelly Green full-time or not, the Eagles need to upgrade their uniforms. It's time for a facelift. They've had the same thing pretty much with, except for minor tweaks, since the 90s. We need something, okay? And it was funny, well, not funny, but during the schedule release, they were talking, they had Eagles players in a conference room looking at the schedule, talking about it, and they brought up what is going to be the Kelly Green game, and Jalen Hurts brought up bringing back the white Kelly Green. He's like, we need the white Kelly Green. And I am fully, totally in agreement with him. It should be full time. All right. So I just kind of want to give you my thinking of what I think the Eagles should do in the perfect situation. Right. Obviously, you have the Kelly Green. You have the Kelly Green helmets. Okay. Whether you like the Kelly Green or not, that's not so much the point. The point is green at home, green helmet at home. But when we talk about the away jerseys, I just don't think white with Kelly Green is good enough. I think you need a white helmet. I think that the Eagles, back in the day, if you remember, they had the white helmets with the Kelly Green wings and then the green helmets, and they wore those white ones on the road. I would love to see those white helmets be back in an updated format for the Eagles in terms of away games. So it would look like something like this. Okay, and their away jerseys would look something similar to this. So you would have Kelly Green at home, then you would have the white helmets with the white Kelly Green outline on it. I love that helmet. By the way, I love this helmet. And then this would be your road. Something like this would be your road jerseys. This is what you would wear on the road. And then your alternate jerseys would be black helmet with Kelly Green wings. It would be black and Kelly Green. That would look absolutely fantastic. And that's what I think the Eagles need to go to. Kelly Green at home, or we'll say just green at home, white on the road, but with white helmets, and then black and green as an alternate. That's what I think the Eagles should do, and I think Jalen Hurts is on to something. I still think with the new word marks that we're getting, I still think something's coming down the road the Eagles aren't telling us about. It's just a matter of when. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's how we vision, baby. We're all just living in it. So you guys see Mark Holmes' Jakes and his Cowboys, right? You all see it? You see what he's doing, right? You see that there's no drama. No drama with the Cowboys. Oh, we don't know. I don't even know how to make a video. What am I going to do? There's no drama. And then as soon as he says it, Dak Prescott, he gets caught with the bridesmaids and cheating and all that crap. Mark, he loves to talk. He always talks too early, too soon, and he puts his foot in his mouth. Gotta love it. Denzel Washington, out. That's all, folks.
The brother screwed us.